Did you know the sum of any two opposite sides of a dice should equal 7? At least that's what I thought 2.5 years ago when I first went to film this game. And I bought these Anko dice from Kmart. Now they're rubbish because the dice don't necessarily match up. So you've got a 4 here and then the 2 there adds to 6 instead of 7. So you can use them as a dice, but using them for this game is no good. And I got halfway through filming before someone told me that. So this game is dependent on that fact because what you need to do is take turns, and I've got my good friends Billy, Ted and Woofy here, and you're going to play against me as well. And we're going to build a tower. And if your side of the tower can add to exactly 30, you score 3 points. If not, or if you go over or send someone over, you get 1 point. So for example, if it was my turn first, I know that I probably want to get some big numbers to start with. So if I put a 6 out here, I know, because you're my enemy in this game, I know that you've got a 1. And we can all see the information on top is that there's a 4. And so we know that there's a 3 underneath. And so these people have a 2 and a 5. The person putting the first dice down would be able to tell. But during this game, you can only look at your side of the dice. So if you've lined it up right, I can only see a 6 and a 4 now. And now Woofy would have a shot. So Woofy might go, oh, I want to get big numbers too. Choose the 6, which means Billy Ted gets a 1. So we can see only, you'll be able to see a 5 there because I can see a 2. So we know what each other has and they know what each other has. And so we continue this game, and as we pile up, we'll get different things. So I can see that I've got 6, 10, 19 at the moment. And if I look at your numbers, I can see that you've got 4, 4, 3. So that's 11 plus 6, 17, plus 5, 22, plus 1, 23. So you're on 23 right now. And so that's a really good number to be actually, because if it was anyone's turn, there's 7 to go, and no matter what, you'll be able to finish it off. But if it was Billy Ted's turn and Billy Ted put down a 5 for you, well, now I know that you need a 2 to win, so I'm going to make it so that you go over. So if I do that, you would go bust because you'd be a bit over, and I would get a point for that. And then if I sent either of these, Woofy or Billy Ted, bust, then they would also give me a point. So it's, if you get to exactly 30, you'll get 3 points. Otherwise, 1 point for every person you send over. Now you can play a multiplication version of this. You can also play with these. I think these numbers are good for rotation and reflection, like looking in your head to see what things are. So if my 3 is oriented to the side, I know there's a 2 there. And depending on the orientation of the number, you might be able to see what numbers everybody has. These are better for subitizing, so just working out numbers and adding up with the dots. So if we're playing a different version, multiplication version, the target is 360, and we're taking the product of every number on your side. And then if you send people over, then you also get 1 point for that. So at the moment, my product is 3, and yours will be 6 times 4, 24, I think. So just make sure I'm right, yep. So if we know those different things, you can manipulate the game. So if I can get a 5 on your side, and then another 5 on your side later on, 5 5s are 25, and no amount of 25s go into 360. So I know I've made it impossible for you to get 360 at least. So you only need 10 dice for this game, but it's an interesting thing. What is the most number of dice you can make a game last for in both the addition and the multiplication versions? And that's it. Dice towers. First to 30 or first to 360, depending on your version.